You felt rising prices as a consumer, but inflation actually starts much earlier, when factories pay more for materials and shipping costs rise. Those higher costs spread through the economy long before they reach store shelves or show up in the CPI. Smart traders watch those first signals instead of waiting for the headlines. That early alert is the Producer Price Index, or PPI, the report that shows where inflation begins, before it hits consumers or moves the markets. Welcome to today's video on the Producer Price Index, or PPI. In this lesson, we'll break down what the PPI really measures, how it connects to inflation before it reaches consumers, and why traders use it as an early signal for shifts in prices and Federal Reserve policy. By the end, you'll understand how to read the PPI like a professional, spotting early inflation trends, anticipating CPI reactions, and staying one step ahead of the market. So what exactly is the PPI? The Producer Price Index measures the average change in prices that producers receive for their goods and services over time. Think of it as a behind-the-scenes look at inflation. What's happening before products ever reach store shelves? Every month, the Bureau of Labor Statistics gathers thousands of price quotes from factories, farms, and service providers, tracking how much businesses charge wholesalers and retailers across the country. The report is released once a month, typically a few days after non-farm payrolls and just before CPI. It's a vital piece of the inflation puzzle, because it reveals cost pressures building inside the economy. When producers start paying and charging more, those costs often work their way downstream, eventually showing up in consumer prices, interest rate expectations, and company margins. That's why traders treat PPI as an early-stage signal of inflation trends. By tracking shifts in producer costs, from raw materials to finished goods, they can often spot turning points before they appear in consumer data. It's not perfect, but it gives traders a valuable head start in reading how price pressures might influence the next CPI, the Fed's tone, and overall market sentiment. Now, here's what makes the PPI especially useful for traders. CPI reflects inflation that consumers already feel, but TPI offers a preview of what's forming beneath the surface. A sharp rise in producer prices can suggest that upcoming CPI data may also run hot, prompting traders to rethink how aggressive the Federal Reserve might need to be. If the PPI prints higher than expected, the dollar and treasury yields typically climb as traders anticipate tighter policy. While stocks may face pressure, a softer reading often brings the opposite reaction: relief in risk assets and speculation that inflation is easing. Because of that lead time, professionals see PPI as a kind of economic radar. It doesn't predict every CPI move, but when the two line up over several months, it often signals a real shift in inflation momentum. That's why experienced traders monitor it closely, not as the final word, but as a forward-looking compass that helps them stay ahead of major macro turns. So, how can traders actually use the PPI in practice? The report drops at 8:30 a.m. New York time, just a few days before CPI. That timing gives a crucial preview of how the next inflation print might behave. The first step is to compare the actual number with the market forecast. A hotter than expected reading usually pushes the dollar and yields higher, while a softer one tends to support equities and weaken the dollar. The surprise versus expectations, not the level itself, is what moves markets. Next, look beyond the headline. The core PPI, which excludes food and energy, offers a clearer picture of underlying price trends. It's less volatile and often a more reliable guide for how persistent inflation might be. Watching both versions, headline and core, gives a fuller sense of the story. Finally, use PPI for confirmation. When both PPI and CPI move in the same direction, that alignment strengthens the message. Inflation is either gaining traction or losing steam. But when they diverge, it can reveal shifts happening inside the supply chain. Either way, understanding how to interpret PPI puts you a step ahead of the crowd, still waiting for CPI to tell the story. And to truly understand that story, you need to look beneath the surface. Just like CPI, the PPI has multiple layers that reveal how inflation travels through the economy, from raw materials and factory inputs all the way to the finished products consumers eventually buy. The main figure, Final Demand PPI, measures prices for finished goods and services sold to retailers and consumers. But deeper inside the report, you'll find intermediate demand and crude goods, earlier stages of production that reveal how costs are forming before they reach the products we actually buy. When those early stages start heating up, it's a warning sign that inflation is building beneath the surface, waiting to appear in future CPI readings. That's why professional traders never stop at the headline. They dig into the details to find where the real pressure is, whether it's raw materials, energy, or transportation costs. If input prices are rising while final demand stays flat, it suggests companies are absorbing costs to protect margins. But if both are climbing together, inflation is spreading through the supply chain, and that's when markets start to move fast. So how should you read a PPI release when it hits the news? Start by checking the month-over-month and year-over-year numbers, just as you would with CPI. Then compare them with market expectations. A hotter-than-expected print usually means stronger inflation pressure, pushing yields and the dollar higher while weighing on stocks. A softer reading signals cooling momentum, often triggering relief rallies across risk assets. Next, go one layer deeper. Identify which components are driving the change: energy, food, transportation, or manufacturing inputs. That breakdown tells you where inflation is coming from and how broad it really is. Markets don't trade the number, they trade the story behind it. Understanding which sectors are fueling the move helps you anticipate not just the day's reaction, but also what the next CPI and the Fed's tone might look like. So how can you actually trade around the PPI report? First, always check expectations before the release. If the forecast calls for a mild increase, but the number comes in hotter, the dollar and yields often jump while stocks retreat. A softer result usually flips that reaction. Yields drop, risk assets rise, and traders price in a less aggressive Fed. What really moves markets is not the level, but the surprise versus the forecast. Second, watch which assets lead the move. When inflation fears dominate, bonds and the dollar react first. When growth concerns take over, equities and commodities feel it more. Knowing the market's current focus helps you choose the right battlefield. Third, timing matters. The PPI drops at 8:30 a.m. New York time, often just before CPI. Those first seconds can be chaotic, as algorithms drive sharp spikes in both directions. Most pros avoid that noise. They let the initial burst fade, then trade the reaction to the reaction, once direction and logic return. Finally, use PPI as a context signal, not just a trigger. A single report can spark short-term swings, but the real value lies in the pattern over time. Rising producer prices point to sticky inflation and tighter policy ahead, while a steady cooling trend supports risk appetite and easier financial conditions. The goal isn't to predict the next candle. It's to stay aligned with the broader macro forces shaping every market. And that's exactly why the Producer Price Index deserves your attention. It may not grab as many headlines as CPI, but for traders who know how to interpret it, PPI is often the first whisper of what's coming next. where inflation begins, deep in the real economy, long before it reaches consumers, journalists, or central bankers. By understanding it properly, you can spot turning points early, while most of the market is still reacting to yesterday's data. Whether you trade currencies, bonds, commodities, or equities, that early insight can shape how you position, manage risk, and read the bigger picture. So, as you follow the next PPI release, don't just watch the number, watch the direction. Compare it to CPI and observe how markets react. Every move in PPI is part of a larger story, one that reveals where prices, policy, and opportunity are heading next. And when that story unfolds in real time, it can get intense. At 8:30 a.m. New York time, the PPI hits the wires and algorithms move instantly. Futures jump, bond yields spike, the dollar shifts, and commodities swing in both directions. That first wave is often pure noise, and many traders get caught chasing it before the full picture becomes clear. Another common mistake is focusing only on the headline. Smart traders dig deeper, checking core PPI, excluding food and energy, and comparing final demand with intermediate demand, goods with services, and even trade margins. Sometimes the headline looks calm, but input costs like energy, metals, or freight are quietly surging. That can hint at margin pressure for companies and a hotter CPI to come. Revisions and base effects also matter. They can rewrite the story minutes after the first reaction. And remember, big players hunt stops around these prints. A violent spike at 8:30-10 can reverse by 8:31 as liquidity thins and reactions fade. The pros wait, watch which levels hold, and then align with the move the data truly supports. PPI isn't a background statistic. It's the economy's early warning system, the point where inflation pressure begins to build. When you look beyond the headline, compare the components, and connect PPI trends to CPI and rate expectations, you start to see what most traders miss. The real edge isn't reacting to the number. It's understanding the story it tells and positioning yourself where that story is going next. And that's exactly the mission of ComLucro. Our goal is to give traders the knowledge they need to make better decisions in the market. Every video, every course, and every piece of content we share is built with that in mind. Clear, practical information that helps you grow step by step as a trader. On this channel, you'll also find complete courses on smart money concepts, technical analysis for day traders, and trading psychology. Because trading is not just about the charts, it's also about how you think and how you manage risk. We also bring lessons and insights from world-class traders and coaches like David Paul, Alexander Elder, Tom Hugard, Mark Douglas, Al Brooks, Larry Williams, and many others who have shaped the way we understand the markets. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you found the content helpful or engaging, please give it a like, as this helps the video reach more traders like you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest insights on the markets and practical trading strategies. Sharing this video with your friends or on your social networks can make a big difference and helps our community become stronger. Now, if you want to go even deeper and get access to exclusive content, early video releases, and extra tools to support your journey, consider becoming a member of the ComLucro Trader community right here on YouTube. It's a way to support our work and a smart investment in your own development. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.